Hi all, welcome back to my channel Amazing Studies. So today I'm back with another IT topic, that is artificial intelligence. But today I'm not going to do a paper presentation on the main topic artificial intelligence. I'm going to do a paper presentation on the subtopic, I can say, that is Prolog, which is a programming language and a main part of artificial intelligence. Before that, please do comment and let me know whether you would like to watch a video on artificial intelligence. I have a paper presentation ready, so if required I can do a video and post it on my channel. So let's begin. And so the outline in I will be covering introduction, converting English language to Prolog facts, goals, Prolog terminology, what are variables and artificial intelligence and control structures in arithmetic operators. So this paper presentation is a very brief one on programming language, that is Prolog, which is used in artificial intelligence. There is one more language, that is Lisp. To comment and let me know whether you would like a brief video as same as this one on Lisp as well. So next, moving on. Firstly, let me introduce what is Prolog. So if you can see, the word itself tells the meaning, that is Prolog is nothing but programming logic, and it is a programming language which is used in artificial intelligence, as I have said earlier, and it's a declarative language. Here what we do is we have to give clue in getting the solution. Let me explain you with an example what is declarative language and what type of clue we give to get a solution from the system. Using facts and rules, declarative language example. For example, speed, Ford, 100. So if I tell this, it means Ford is having a speed of 100 kilometer. So the example of declarative language is nothing but achieving a goal using facts and rules by giving some queries to the Prolog interpreter, so that some internal processing will happen and we'll get the answer. So this is what an example for declarative language. Next, moving on. Prolog is known for its inbuilt depth-first search engine. This depth-first search engine, we also have an algorithm for it. If you want, you can refer Google if you want to learn further on it. And it's ease in quick prototyping. So this is what is Prolog famous for or known for. A Prolog program, unlike other computer language program, comprises description of the problem using a number of facts and rules. So there are two main important terms here, that is facts and rules. Unlike the other languages, Prolog will use facts and rules. Execution is more of defining a goal that will force the Prolog inference engine to search and move in a direction that yields one or more solutions that help achieve the goal. So actually what happens here is this Prolog search engine will use these facts and rules and execute the program in such a way that it will move in such a way where we can get one or more solution which will help in attaining the goal. So what are facts? A fact is a predicate expression that makes a declarative statement about the problem domain. So whenever a variable occurs in a Prolog expression, it is assumed to be universally quantified. For example, the grass is green. Yes, the grass is green. So this is universally quantified. It is a fact. The rain is the water. Then the chocolates are brown, the chocolates are sweet. So these are some of the facts. Giving some facts, it has to be universally quantified. Like everyone likes Susie, John likes everybody, Radha likes chocolates. So these are some facts. We have to believe that those are the facts. Then what is rule? A rule is a predicate expression that uses logical implication to describe a relationship among facts. For example, likes. Likes is describing a rule that Susie likes chocolate. Susie likes chocolates. So like is nothing but a rule. Next is converting English language to Prolog facts. So it is very simple to convert English sentences or facts into their Prolog equivalent. So a program will consist of three clauses. There are three types, that is facts, rules and questions, nothing but queries. Some are always true, that is facts. As I told, it is universally it should be true, that is fact. For example, Ali is father of Haya. So this is a universal fact. And some are dependent on others for being true. Those are nothing but rules. Like A is child of B if B is a parent of A, isn't it? So if A can be child of B only if B is a parent of A. So these are dependent. A is dependent on B and B is dependent on A. So these are nothing but rules. Then moving on to the next one, that is just a minute. Yeah, basic elements of Prolog. So as I told you, there are three, that is facts, rules and questions. So first one, that is fact. it should always be true. That is, Ali is father of Haya, and some are dependent on others for being true. So parent, person 1, person 2, and father, person 1, person 2. So this is nothing but a general example. So next is questions or queries. To run a program, we ask questions to the database. So this database, we give a query. This Prolog interpreter will give us the answer. So this is how this Prolog like works. The three main things: facts, rules, and queries. So this image, you can understand that Prolog interpreter is giving a query to the database by using there is some processing is happening internally, and the database is returning the answer to the Prolog interpreter, which the Prolog interpreter interprets to the user. So this is how we come to the answer. So next, let us learn about the syntax of facts and queries. So facts are complex terms which begin with the lowercase alphabetic letter and ends with a full stop. So this is the syntax of fact. As you can see in the below example, teacher Nora. So it is beginning with the small lowercase alphabetic and ending with a full stop. So these are facts, that Nora is a teacher, Hiba is an auntie who is a female, Alia likes chocolate. Then queries are also complex terms followed by a full stop. So question mark, hyphen, teacher Nora. So question mark is the prompt provided by the Prolog interpreter, and that is a query whether Nora is a teacher. So we are giving a question mark. So this, what will happen is, internally it will fetch from the database using the facts and rules and process, and we'll get the answer for our query. Then syntax for the rules. A Prolog rule consists of a head and a body. So as you can see here, head A of X, and then body B of X and C of X. So rules are of the form head and body. Like facts and queries, they too have to be followed by a full stop. So head is a complex term and body is a complex term or a sequence of complex terms separated by commas. As you can see in the example, A of X, then B of X, comma C of X. So body is a complex term, sequence of complex term. Then example, you can see happy, Uncle Yusuf, then happy of Nora. Then grandparent, person 1, person 2, then parent, person 3, person 2. Again there is a separated, comma separated value, parent, person 1, person 3. Then moving on to Prolog in English, how do we represent? So you can see facts and rules. Nora is a teacher, Nora is the mother of Jabir. So these are some of the facts which are there in the database. Then rules, person is a parent, person 1 is a parent of person 2 if person 1 is the father of person 2, or person 1 is the mother of person 2. So the person 1 can be a parent of person 2 if he is the mother or father of the person 2. Then person, same way, next one also. Then example or questions is, who is Jabir's father? So we are giving this question to the Prolog interpreter. Then it will go and fetch this information using the rules and facts and get the data for us. So who is Jabir's father? It will analyze the facts, analyze the rules, and we will get an answer for it. So this is how the Prolog, facts, rules and queries work together internally. Next, moving on to the next one, that is the goals. So the program is ready to accept goals which are more like queries. Suppose we wish to ask the program which food items are delicious. So this in Prolog terminology will be called as a goal, because that is the goal. We want to know which food is delicious. So and presented on that question mark, which is the prompt, we give it as delicious of food. So internally we'll see food is equals to cakes, food is equals to pickles, and food is equals to biryani. So these are this is one of the goals, that is to get which food is delicious. So this program which you are seeing on the screen, we can find using this program that what a person likes. So delicious of cakes, delicious of pickles, delicious of biryani, spicy of pickles. Then Priya delicious coffee, Priya likes food. So this is nothing but a program using which we can know what a person likes. So now let us learn some of the Prolog terminology. First one being the predicate. So predicate name is the symbol used to define an example. Used to define a relation. For example, Sam delicious coffee. So this is describing a relation. Next, clauses are the actual facts and rules that constitute the Prolog program. We have already learnt about facts and rules, so that is nothing but clauses. Atoms are basically symbols or names that are indivisible and are used in the program files or database items, among others. They are represented in single quotes. Here is an atom. For example, here is an atom. Then character lists are used in programs that manipulate text character by character. They are represented in double quotes. Items are represented in single quotes and characters are represented in double quotes. Then next one, strings. Strings on the contrary have a form that is in between an atom and a character list. So they fall in the between of an atom and a character list. They are represented in backward quotes. As you can see in this example, backward quote, this is a string. Arity. The number of arguments in a predicate forms its arity. For example, predicate religious by 2. This will take 2 arguments because we can see we have given by 2. So it will take 2 arguments. Variables in prologue. Variables must begin with the capital letter and should be followed by other letters. It can be upper or lowercase. There is no restriction on that. Or it can be digits, underscores or hyphenations, but no blanks, remember. So some of the examples of valid variables are my underscore favorite hyphen food underscore items. So you can see there are no blanks. And Sam. The next one, does underscore Sam underscore like underscore coffee. So does Sam like coffee? So these are some of the valid variables in prologue. Control structures. In prologue, it is possible to order a set of rules in 2 different ways. For example, in the following you can see P, A, B, C, then P, D, E, F. It can be rewritten as P, A, B, C, semicolon, D, E, F without changing the logical meaning. So you can see, right, we have written separately, then we have separated here in the same P, that P is taking both separated by semicolon. So prologue allows an if then control structure. You can see this arrow and semicolon together to form the if then control structure. Thus in an this symbol B arrow CD, the right hand side of the rule is interpreted as if B is true, then verify the truth of C, else find that of D. Arithmetic operators. Prologue provides a number of basic arithmetic tools. So arithmetic examples, that regular examples are 6 plus 2 is 8. So in prologue notation, it will be 6 plus 2. 8 is 6 plus 2. Similarly, 6 into 2 is 12. 12 is 6 into 2. Answers to arithmetic questions by variables. For example, question mark, x is 6 plus 2. What x is 6 plus 2? Answer will be x is equals to 8. So this is how this prologue arithmetic notations are. Example for the same. And thank you for watching my video. Do comment and let me know what kind of videos would you like to watch in my channel. And thank you for watching. Please do like, share and comment. And have an amazing study day. Bye-bye.